You are watching Platinum Northwest TV News. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Philadelphia Mangoeng. Let's take a look at the leading top stories. First up, the subcontractor of the newly re-established SAPS station in Kanana down tools due to failure of payments, and the Northwest wins big at the National Teachers Awards. In the business news, the global food prices rise at the fastest rate since 2022. And in the sports news, Sports is Life movement hosts the Hockey Development Festival. We begin here after the conflict of a soil to build the new re-established Kanana police station. The main contractor, ADL, can't be reached to pay the subcontractor, Hari Pahamisen Construction, to complete the work and hand over the police station to the department on the 28th of this month. According to Matsepo, the subcontractor, she said that they haven't been paid the outstanding for the completion of the station, and she had to go for a loan in order to pay her staff salaries. My colleague filed this report. Let's take a look.
Dumelang babuhi ba Platinum Northwest TV. Ya buang ki Confidence Matsepo Maimane ho tloa Kanana, Ogni subcontractor ya ADL Construction ailing busy ka aha new Kanana police station. Lebaka la hore re be re le mogwantong ona ke hore re na le tletlebo haholo ka this main contractor ka ho se re patale. Every month ever since we started this project re dula re lla ka ho patala. Hona jwanong ba ne ba tlameile hore fa an amount e re sebeditseng empa ha ba re fa le half ya teng. Jwale re kgathetse ke botsotsi ba yona ibile re na le kutlo bohloko ba bontate ka moraka bana ba lapile dijo ha diyo malapeng ibile project ya fela beke e tlang ka di 28 re so fumane tšhelete, so re kopa tswetswe di hodimo mo matona ntate thuso hohle mo le fumanehang re kopa le tlo re thusa hoba batho ba hona mo re tla hlolang re ba fumana teng. Ene ke kopa go ba sebetsi mmoho le nna ba ntshe maikutlo hoba ke bonahala e ka reng ke motho ya ntsa ja tšhelete ya bona ho se jwalo. Ha ke patalwe mo ke sebetsang teng, ke tlameha ho lwana pele ke fumana tšhelete e ke sebeleditseng. Tse shortang ki material o ntso orderiwe ke bona like technical things tse leng hore ha di tholahale ka hara Blackstop. So what I'm trying to say and add on what he's saying is that the company that needs to develop us mo locationeng la rona le tla le tlo re senyetsa mo locationeng la rona le re hatella le re sotla. Re bua ho tswa botibong ba pelo tsa rona re utlwile bohloko haholo re le baahi ba Kanana. Re ne re tshepile hore ha project e fela ke tlabe ke le emong ya moholo ya tla khona ho bidela di project, but ka tsile ba sebetsang ka yona ba ntematsa ibile ba ntia. At this moment I'm owing my suppliers. I'm not just owing these people. I'm owing SARS. I'm owing almost everything. So ke development ya mofuta mang e banketsang yona ha ise yona ho abuse. Ke kopa thuso bathong. Ke kopa thuso Platinum Northwest TV. Ha le ka
rona re le basebetsi ba Hari Pamise company re mona ka baka la hore re ipeletsa hobaneng contractor e le ke main contract e tshwereng etsa police station ena ha ba re patale ka nako le kgwala rona ha le kgone ho re patala ene re lapile le dijo le di overall re makgasa ha re patale batho ba ile re bona ba re ka motla sa bona ba dula ba khola kgwedi le kgwedi. Re na le kgwedi tse pedi yona tje ha re soka re thola ditšhelete tsa rona. Boss ha rona o tlameile a lo kadima ditšhelete ko bo mashonisa gore a re patale. So le material ha hoyo ibile le police station e tlameile e be feditswe ha hona ntho sebetso e etsahalang. So re ne re kopa thuso.
O utlwile re kgathetse le rona tlameile re tswe mo mosebetsi mo re latele Matshebo go ntlong kwa re batla pei tsa rona, which is not right. Re gona o pusha batho mo mosebetsing ba etse mosebetsi mara a tlameile go tlo pataliwa ha ke gona re bula manto ke batho le bona. Re kopa le re thuseng hle Northwest TV ga le kopang re thuseng because ha ise le jene empa re se rena ntse re blame Matshebo re kena jang tšhelete Kante Matshepo a Modimo a fumane tjhelete. E nkuwa ke bona batho ba le reng ba go hodimo. Ke kopa le a le ka re thusa la re lwanela. Ba tsebile o utlwile re le founetse. Ba tsamaya. E no hloka bana ba tle ba be teng mo ba arabe. Dipotso tse re di batlang tse. Ne kopa fela le ka fa letsatsi fela. Le tle ho bona ke ADN. Ba bua taba tsa bona le bona he. Re sa re ba hatella ka matwe. Ba ntshe site ya bona story. Re kopa fela ke re tshelde tsa bana ba rona hleng. I have a new baby. O thata no. Nana ke sebetsa ke sa khole e sebetsa jwang. Ngwana a le monyane. Ga kopa le thuseng hleng.
Ya benya 7 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Bona ba khole inyanga nenyanga thina sikholi siyasokola. Ene nihambe nijonge le ndawo ndipente konto ngene eziseleni ngalamandla wami. Ene ke over iminyaka amiphelile. Ngokuba ngoku lo sizimsebenzelayo ukuboleka imali komatshonisa. Aboleka imali komatshonisa usiniki half sikona sitye kodwa ipay ayizi. Bona bahamba ngeemoto ezinhle, bahamba ngezintoni ihlangu ziyabhenya, banempahla ezinhle ezinxiba zomsebenzi thina sinazo. Jonke bavurolwa adlaka kodwa bona bayakhola thina sikholi. Yini ka thuse
ngata hobane ha re kgone ho fumana ditjhelete tsa rona ka nako. Re na le 3 months 2 months re sa khole next o se Matshepo a leka ka bojohle ba hae hore o bona hore a re kadime di 100 ranta jwang. So ha re ne be re tswella pele ka mokgwa o so. Mokgwa ona na re bomme re bontate malapa bana ba lapile. E sale dikolo di bulwa e sale ho etsahala tjena. Ho fihlella ka sheko tjena na ba ile ba ne ba eme mona na ba re bileditse maponesa e ka re rentse ntho ngwe empe e bane ntho e re yentseng ena na ke ditokelo tsa rona tse re di lwanelang mona ga leboha.
In other news, the Northwest Department of Education has made the province proud by securing a remarkable 9 awards at the prestigious 24th National Teaching Awards held at Birchwood Hotel on Saturday. This impressive achievement crowns the Northwest Province as the overall winner with a score of 56.2%, and it marks a significant milestone in recognizing excellence in education. The province claimed 3 first-place awards, 4 second-place awards, and 2 third-place awards, making it the leading province at the national event. The award ceremony coincided with the global celebration of the World Teachers' Day observed annually on the 5th of October. The event was graced by dignitaries including the President of the Republic of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, Minister of Education, Siviwe Gwachube, and Deputy Minister Dr. Regina Mhaule. Itumeleng Khumane from Sunrise View Secondary made history by becoming the first teacher from the Northwest Province to win position 1 in the prestigious Excellence in Technology Enhanced Teaching and Learning category at the national level and won himself a car as a prize. In more news, the Judicial Service Commission interviews got underway today despite attempts by the Mkhonto Sizwe Party to halt the process. 54 candidates will take the hot seat before the Commission over the next 2 weeks with the hopes of being appointed to the country's various courts. On Saturday, the High Court ruled that the sittings will not be tainted by impeached Judge John Hlophe's absence. The party wanted the interviews to be postponed while it appealed a Western Cape High Court ruling that prevented Hlophe from participating in the hearings. Earlier today, 6 judges made an appearance before the Commission, battling it out for 3 vacancies at the Supreme Court of Appeal. And on to international news now. At least 3 people have been killed after flash floods swamped Thailand's northern city of Chiang. Now the city, a popular tourist destination, was inundated by torrential rain as the Ping River swelled to 5.30 meters, its highest in 50 years on Saturday night. The river runs along the eastern edge of the city. Residents were forced to wade through thick high brown waters, and some tourists evacuated from their hotels in trucks. Some shops were forced to close while the central train station was shut after floodwaters poured inside. Train services to the city were also suspended. Now, according to the Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation, 20 of Thailand's 76 provinces are currently flooded. Now, there were concerns of more flooding, including in the capital, Bangkok, after the irrigation department said it would be releasing water from a major dam after weeks of frequent heavy rain. With that, let's take a look now at the business news. In the business news, global food prices rose in September at their fastest rate since March 2022, with sugar prices surging as dry weather and fire damages Brazilian sugarcane crops. The Food and Agriculture Organization Food Price Index reached 124.4 points in September, a 3% increase from August, but it remained 22.4% below the peak reached in March 2022 in the wake of Russia's invasion to agricultural powerhouse Ukraine. The index tracks monthly changes in international prices of a basket of food commodities. Its sugar price index surged 10.4% in September. Prices were also affected by concerns over the availability of Indian sugar exports after the government lifted restriction on using sugarcane for ethanol production. And that's all from the business news. Your sports follows next. In sports news, the Sports is Life movement hosted their annual 5-side hockey development festival over the weekend at Chiang Primary School in Potchefstroom. The festival purpose was to encourage skills development, teamwork, and grow the love for hockey within the community. Chiang Primary School Principal Aubrey Maboe had this to say regarding the festival being held at the school.
Ms. Maboe, how do you feel that this type of tournament is being hosted at your school as the principal?
Good day. Thank you so much. I want to express my gratitude to all the stakeholders who have collaborated to make this a success. First of all, I would like to take the initiators who are the organizers from Sports is Life movement, Mr. Mtokozisi and Mandla Mboto, who have initiated this development program at Kiagile and also incorporated it with other schools. Last year we had 4, this year we've got 6 schools, Nanogang, Promosa Primary, then Tlome Bright Beginnings, Kiagile and Pudulogo. So it's growing and it is heartwarming. So I am truly grateful that this kind of development has come down to our learners.
And how does this event help within the community in raising awareness about sports for young children?
It helps taking our kids and our learners away from streets, and it also assists with parent participation and support to our children, because when the kids are here on a Saturday and we see the parent support, it also helps us with discipline, because now with the discipline that is taking place with the policies and ethos of every sport community, our learners are able to be disciplined in a classroom and also outside of the classroom.
This year, are there more sporting events that you are planning with this particular stakeholders at the school?
We are having an annual tournament with hockey, South African Hockey Association, SILM, and with the support and funding of Standard Bank and Vision Active. So this is an annual event and it's the last one. But then our learners are able to be going on trials for the Northwest hockey trials, whereby last year upon our start of the hockey, we have managed to have one Northwest player who played for under 13 Northwest, who has now played for the under 14 team at the Northwest again. So the practice is ongoing, and we are looking forward to making developmental programs for all our schools that are participating.
And as a school, how do you plan on helping these young children develop playing hockey?
By affiliating with South African Hockey Association, and because the association itself is developing our own coaches, so it is actually a benefit for both our players and also our teachers. We have never come across hockey, so to keep on embarking on it is by taking both learners and teachers on the practice side and also on developmental side.
The chairman of the Northwest Primary School's hockey, Stephen Spammer, was also in attendance and spoke about his role as the chairperson of the Northwest School's hockey.
Chairperson is in organising all the hockey in our province, starting off with the Northwest teams that we send on tournament all the way down to the development level. We have certain people in the regions that's responsible for development, especially in our townships, to get them to experience hockey as we do. And then we are planning forward how to enhance the experience of the kids to make sure they get the whole package and learn as they go forward.
And how do you think these types of tournaments help the development of kids in playing hockey?
I think these festivals or tournaments help the kids in a way of learning outside of the classroom. It's a whole new world for them to experience. They learn a different set of skills, tools to use in their way forward when they become elder adults, to know how the world works. I think they get a tool set of team spirit, learning new skills and how to experience stuff in a team environment, and how to be competitive. Even if they don't play competitive, they need to have fun. I think the main thing about development in days like these is to give the kids a surface to play on, supporters to support them, and the kids have to know it's a game to love, a game to learn, and a game that they need to enjoy.
And lastly, what would you say to parents to encourage them to let their children play sports and hockey, primarily hockey?
I think to parents they just need to be there for their kids. Their kids need to love what they do. If they start not encouraging the kids to play any sport, I think it goes hand in hand with discipline as well. So if your kid plays sport, is on the sport field, doesn't matter what sport it is, I think the discipline level in schools and at home will definitely improve. But yeah, to the parents, definitely just to support their kids and giving them the experience and opportunities to take part in sport.
Matthew Deyache, representing Standard Bank, a key stakeholder for this festival, spoke about the bank's involvement for this particular event.
Mr. Deyache, what is the role of Standard Bank as a sponsor in this mini tournament?
So Standard Bank's role in this tournament is to sponsor it and to have we basically sponsoring the drinks and the food for the kids. We have some goodie bags for them, we have some caps, and yeah, just to sponsor this event and be a part of this amazing day. Yeah.
Are there any more planned events around that you as Standard Bank are going to sponsor as well going forward?
Going forward, so as I know, this is the second event we're sponsoring for Umboto's team. Last year it was a success, this year it's even bigger, so that's a good thing. Going forward, we will be happy, and we are happy to always be in sponsorship with these type of developments, and yes, just to see the kids develop and have fun.
And the chairman of the Sports is Life movement, Mtokozo Mboto, sounded happy about the turnout.
Mr. Mboto, how did the initiative of the Sport is Life movement start this particular event?
So modified hockey is a program that is within the South African Hockey Association. So Mr. Gary Dolly is the one that heads the modified hockey program. So through him we were able to get resources, information, and be able to get hockey into the townships as a modified sport.
And how will modified hockey sport help children within the community?
So modified hockey, we want mass sport participation within our communities. So this is one of the sports that we are heading within the Ikageng hub. Obviously we'd like to have other sports as well, but with hockey, it was much more easier through modified hockey and Gary Dolly to get it to our communities. It will help our communities because children are able to have fun on weekends, have fun throughout the week, have something to do, move their bodies and stay healthy.
And how will you be able to develop or see some of these talent to help them take their hockey participation further?
All right, so basically I'm involved in the province as a coach and as a selector. So tournaments like these, festivals like these, we also identify players. So basically at the end of the tournament we're going to identify an all-star team. So an Ikageng hub all-star team, 15 girls and 15 boys. And then from there, these are the individuals that have been earmarked so that they can be able to go and take part in the trials for the province in their respective age groups.
And I heard that one of the girls who came through this program has been selected for the provincial to represent the province. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel proud, especially last year when we started. We started in January and then the trials were around Feb, and we were like, okay, we took four of the kids to go and trial, and then one of them made the under-13 seaside last year. And that learner at the moment, his name is Myron Drift. He now played this year for the under-14 A team, which made him go to the interprovincial tournament for the province. So that is a very huge improvement, and it is something that we can see that if we put time in terms of developing our kids, they can actually accelerate in terms of their in terms of their skill level in order to participate at a higher level.
And what is next for the Sport is Life movement?
So what is next for Sport is Life movement is to ensure that programs like these do not die. We do not want to only just host a festival once a year. So what we are looking into going into a modified hockey program that is in a league format for the schools. So we started last year with 4 schools. We're now going into 6 schools. We want to involve now the high schools, because most of these kids, if they're not able to obviously go to a school that plays hockey, then they go to a school that does not play hockey. So we want to go to those schools so that we can help these kids stay in the sport for a longer period of time.
And moving on to rugby news now, South African teams officially kicked off their United Rugby Championship season with a high gear with a clean sweep across the board on the second weekend of action in the competition. The Lions were again the most impressive South African team in action as they enjoyed a record-breaking first half before sealing a thumping 55-21 over Edinburgh at Ellis Park, with wing Raps Makwane dotting down a hat-trick. At the Loftus Versveld, the Bulls were always in control as they cruised to a 47-21 win over Ulster after taking a 21-7 lead into the halftime break. Meanwhile, the Sharks were the luckiest team on the weekend as it took a try from replacement hooker Fezenbatta well after the full-time hooter to secure a tight 33-30 win over the Dragons in Newport. And that's all for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. The team will be back again tomorrow evening. Till then, good night and take care.